Hello and welcome back to Here We Tow. Today I'm at Camp UK in Lincoln and I'm here to review this. This is the Carthago S-Plus i61 XL LE. To say I'm excited to review this is a bit of an understatement because this is one of my favourite motorhomes. It's one of the largest and most expensive motorhomes that I've reviewed on the channel, so let's get stuck in. Carthago. So Carthago are a German premium manufacturer, as we can see straight away from the look of this vehicle. Now the S-Plus is pretty much right up there at the top of the Carthago models, along with the liner for two. So the S-Plus, now there's actually 3 models available on this line, all are based on the Iveco, as this one is. Let's go through those all important facts and figures for the 61 XL LE. So I've already mentioned it is quite a large motorhome, and yes, in terms of the size, this motorhome is 8 metres and 60 centimetres in length, it's 2 metres and 27 centimetres in width, and it's 3 metres and 29 in height. Now, as I say, it is based on the Iveco. It has a 3 litre diesel engine. This one at Camp UK has 207 horsepower and the automatic transmission. Now, there's quite a few features of this motorhome. I'm going to do my best to cover as many as I can, but what I'll do is I'll put links down here so you can look at these for yourself. Now, prices actually start at £185,000, although, like most luxury motorhomes, by the time you've added all the extras, you've actually got a price of, like this, £265,000. So it is a lot of money. It's a proper luxury motorhome. Whilst it is large, it's also heavy. This motorhome, it comes in at 6,700 kilos, or 6.7 tons, one of the heaviest motorhomes I have reviewed. Right, let's make a start around it. Now, this one is finished in the silver line paintwork, as we can see here. Looking at the front, so we have the Carthago name, this big A-class or integrated motorhome front. And then as we make our way down, we can see we've got some safety cameras here, the Carthago badge, and the front grille. Now, this model is the 2024 model. The new 2025 model has the C in the front, so that is something to look out for. Now, the thing with the S-Plus, what you'll notice here is the height from the ground. These have got a high ride, so we can see the height, and that's why it's 3 metres and 29 in height as well. So we've got a lot of ground clearance here. We've got these beautiful LED lights, the round lights here with the chrome surround. What we'll do is we'll go off down the offside first of all. So as I come down, we have the coach style mirrors. These are electrically operated. The silver sides, got the Carthago alloy wheels, and then under here, now this is quite interesting. So as we make our way down, there's no door into the driver's side because in Europe, obviously these will be left-hand drive. They don't swap it over for us. So although it's a right-hand drive vehicle, you can't access the cab from this side. Now, these lockers, these are solid. As I say, 6,700 kilos. It's a heavy vehicle, heavy lockers. If I lift one of these up, the weight, so this is our first under-storage locker. We've got nice strong struts on the arms, the storage under here, and it goes all the way through. I've opened the other locker box there so you can see daylight at the other side. This one at Camp UK, there is a gas barbecue point fitted as well. I'll just close this down. They do close with quite a thud, which is nice. There we go. Right, coming along. Now up here we have the full-length Thule awning. This is actually electrically operated, so you press a button and out it's going to come, so you don't have to try and wind it out. And this one also has the LED strip running all the way down it, as we can see there. If you don't have that strip fitted, there is an awning light as well just above the door, as we can see. And then we have this large door. Now, we will obviously be going in it very soon, but what I like on this, if I just open this on the S-Plus, it is assisted. So we've got an assisted door. It'll do the full opening for you. And then when it comes to closing it, if you give it a push shut, and it'll close the door for you as well. There's an electric step. We're getting a double step because it is so much higher off the ground. The vent for our fridge and freezer. This is the winter cover. This can be removed. A vent for the Alde wet central heating system. A further locker storage box here. So more storage space underneath. In terms of payload, on this X-Plus, with it being 6,700 kilos, you're going to get a payload of around 1,500 kilos. So that is a very good payload. toilet cassette, and coming down, these are the graphics that we're going to find. You can see there the Chic S-Plus, so it's telling you that we've got that model here. Our electric hookup system is here, so this is where you're going to plug in. And there's a garage door on either side. I'm going to show you from the near side because of the space here. So we've got a second garage door. And then as we come round, now first of all, underneath, which I won't expect you to have a look, but underneath there is a spare wheel. So if the worst happens, you have got a spare tyre and wheel under there. Up at the top, so on the roof, this model at Camper UK, we have got 2 satellite dishes fitted up there. There's also a dual rear view camera, as we can see, along with the high level brake light, the Carthago S-Plus badging there. And then as we come down, this big silver back end and these nice Carthago light clusters. So a big silver back end here. Now we'll venture around and have a look into the garage space. So I've opened this one up. Now these open upwards, as we can see here. They're not out, they're up. If you're smaller like me, you'll be very pleased that there is this little handle and I can just get to it at 5'4" and then you'll pull it back down. Nice strong struts here. Now this is the garage space. I might actually climb in. I don't normally do this, but I'm just going to climb in because this is going to give you an idea of the size of this garage. I can nearly stand up in here. It's absolutely massive. This has got the metal flooring. Now you could put a scooter in here, e-bikes in here, whatever it is you might want to do. Over in this corner, there is an external shower, hot and cold shower. There's a plug socket, and this model has an inverter fitted along with a lithium battery. So you can see some of the installations over in that corner there, and that's obviously the other garage door. There is as well in here a winder for the awning, because although it's electric, if the worst happens, you do still get a winder, so you can resort to manual. Having had an electric awning, for me, it is an absolute must as well. Next up, we have our water filler point. Now this motorhome has a really good sized fresh water tank, 235 litres of fresh water and 200 litres of grey waste space in that tank. When it comes to emptying, it's an electric drop valve, and there's also a camera as well, a service camera, so you can actually see the grey waste dump when you arrive to empty your waste, which is always helpful. We have a gas bottle locker and then further storage under here. That's where we saw through from the other side. And then this is the door into what would on our side be the passenger cab. Now I'll just open this door. There we go. What you'll find as I do that is this electric step comes out. So it's got a second electric step. Inside we can see the wood trim, the sound system. It's got a good quality sound system fitted, electric windows, and it just gives you an idea of the view inside. And there are blinds fitted in the side cab and the front windscreen. Let me close that up. There we go. And that goes back in. Magic. So that's the exterior of the Chic S-Plus i61 XL LE. Let's dive inside and take a look. So I've already mentioned we've got satellite going on up there on the roof. We've got the inverter, we've got lithium. Internally, we've got quite a few packs in here. I'll do my best to point those out as we go. Right, come on, let's go. So there's a nice handle here. There's also these C's as well for the Carthago C. You do get fly screens and blinds throughout the motorhome. I'm going to venture in and start in the cab space. Right, here we are. Now up here, this one is finished in the Macchiato Leather. This is my favourite colour on the leather colour schemes. You can see the beautiful quilted finish on these seats and the wood trim with the Carthago name here. These are absolutely stunning. Now up here, we have the Iveco cab, so we've got our screen here, the multifunctional steering wheel, the automatic gearbox, various controls, as well as the air conditioning up in the cab. A nice size, you can see the size of that dashboard as well, the blinds looking out there as we go. And then there's various little lights dotted around. Now what's interesting is this motorhome is available as 4 or 5 berths, or as a 3 berth like this one is. Now this has not got the optional drop down bed. If you were a couple, you might not want the optional drop down bed, and I'm going to talk about that next. So let me just stand up. So standing up, if you don't have the optional drop down bed, this is how this motorhome is going to look. It's going to have all these beautiful cream gloss cabinets. They've got a little clasp if you want to know how to open these ones. give those a press, and these open up like this. So you've got these cabinets all the way round and round the front as well. And these beautiful dials, absolutely love these. So that's how this front is going to look. You'll also find in the roof, instead of the drop down, 2 very large sunroofs. Now these both open, so you've got handles that twizzle. They've got blinds as well, so blinds and fly screens. I personally, if I was travelling as a couple, would opt for this layout because it's going to give you these sunroofs and more headspace. So this would be for me. And also these little cupboards as well. You just give these a push, there we go, and lift up. So you've got more storage above here as well. So that is in it more as a couple style tourer. Now back to the lounge space. This one at Camper UK has got included the 40-inch television. So that is a very large TV for when you sat here relaxing in the lounge area. There's a long bench seat here and then the L shape here and this table. It does, I think it potentially does move, well, to some degree. I'm not sure whether it folds or not, but a fixed table here in the lounge space. So lots of room for sitting and relaxing. And then we follow through with this beautiful dark wood flooring. I really like the finish here, the dark wood, the leather, and it contrasts really nicely on the cream finish. It gives a very, very boutique feel to it. And then all the way around as well, we can see the Carthago badge here and these little shelves as well. There are speakers dotted around in the motorhome. It has a great sound system fitted to it as well. So we've got there that media pack, and then we move into the kitchen space. So the kitchen on the near side. Now what I like is you get this additional shelving area here, because worktop space is always a premium in a motorhome. Even a motorhome this long, there's always a compromise, and in a motorhome it's the kitchen. So we've got a bit of space here. Then we have this glass cabinet. If I just, in fact, to open everything in here, there's a button here. I press that, it's quite a snap, but that means everything is now open. And that's for safety when travelling. So in here we've got a glass cabinet with Carthago embossed glasses. Very nice. I'll close that. Now, as I say, once you press this button, all these cabinets can now be open. So if we look in here, these just pull open. So we've got cupboard space here. This one at Camper UK is fitted with the optional coffee machine. You can, I believe you can push that up and this part will slot into there. So it's not hanging down all the time. This is just for display here. You push it back up and it goes back into that space there. So we have a coffee machine. You even get little coffee cups, look. So that's nice. So that's optional. I'll look up first of all, and we've got the extractor fan here in the kitchen. And then as we come down, there is a plug socket. You then got this beautiful finish on the tap. This does pull out here, so you can move that around. The sink. This is a Corion finish as well. So we've got Corion, which I'd expect at 265,000. So that is our sink. And then moving around, there are the gas burners. Now, just be careful with the coffee machine here. So I presume if you were going to do some cooking, I'd put that back up. But we have 3 gas burners altogether. And then coming down, on this model fitted, there is the Thetford dual gas oven and grill. And then, if I just give that a little lift up, you can see under there, that's access to the controls for the gas. So you can isolate your gas if needs be. And then in here, we have a drawer space with a separate compartment for the cutlery. And these are a nice soft close as well. Opening this one up. So we've got a bank of drawers there, one down here. And then under here, and then under here. This is nice. So pull that out. We've got space for, you might want to come around here, space for 2 bottles and a little bin compartment. It's only a very small bin there, little bin compartment. So that's that. I'll close that up. And then, as I say, what you need to do when you want to hit the road again, press this button, and these are all now locked. So if you see, these will not open if I pull any of these now. So locked in place. Okay, so that's the kitchen area. But what I'm going to do now is bring us over, and as we go over, we're going to head up here, because fitted to this model at Camper UK is the Truma air conditioning unit. Personally, I would always fit an air conditioning unit to a motorhome because we go away to Europe, and even in the UK it can get very warm, and this is a real bonus. And it also can reduce humidity in the motorhome. So for me, an aircon unit is really a must-have out of all the things I want. Let's start up here now. So we came in through the door. Now this is the control panel. It's nicely closed behind here. Then if we open it up, we can see the control system for the motorhome up there, the button for the motorhome itself, your Alde wet central heating, and I believe that's going to be the electric button for the awning, but I'm not going to press it and find out in the showroom, but potentially that's what that could well be up there. Right, that's closed now. Plenty of controls in the doorway, including a plug socket, and that's the button for the electric step. Next coming along, we have a 153 litre Dometic tower fridge and freezer. Now what I like is it's got this cream finish, so it does match all the cupboards as well. If I open that up, that's your freezer compartment, and then the fridge. This appliance will run off gas and electric. It is an absorption fridge. So there we go, great for on your travels. Oh, I could just fill it myself now and set off on a nice trip. Right, above it, good sized storage cupboard up there. Quite set back, so if you're small, don't put anything too far back, you'll never get it back out again. We'll close that up. And then what we're going to do is we're going to move back. Now this is where we see a change in the floor level. So we've been on one level so far, and now we're going to step up. So stepping up into the centre of the motorhome, and this is where we're going to find our washroom and our shower. Now coming through, what I like straight away is this lighting strip here in the wood, gives a nice quality feel to it. There are a couple of hooks here, so you could put coats on here or towels, whatever it is you wanted to put. And I like that there's the sea again embossed on there. There's some lighting up here, and the roof throughout the motorhome has got this nice padded feel as well. Right, what we'll do, let's just start on the near side in the shower space. So we've got a separate shower and washroom, which I'd like to see again on a bigger motorhome. Now in here, we've got a beautiful finish to it. More hooks, these actually fold up and down, so when you're not using them, I'll push one up. So that's it, you can always put them up like that or pull them down when you want to hang something on them. Now we've got two types of shower here. We've got the rain shower and the handheld, which I'll show you in a second. There's also, this does open for ventilation, and there's lighting here. So depending on how you want to have your shower, you can either have it coming straight down on top of you in the rain shower, or you pull this out and you've got a handheld as well here. So two different types. Again, a nice finish. We've got the black, this illumination, and then the shower screen. It's not exactly frosted, but it is a little bit blurry, so it's not completely see-through, which is nice. And it also slides through on this side as well. And there's somewhere to put shower gel here. Not a bad size shower space at all. Good amount of headroom, and I would say that is a very, very usable shower. And I like to shower on board. Right. Next, let's just move over to the offside. So opposite the shower, we then find this door, and this is a nice finish here. We've got additional finishes, big solid doors, and this wood trim. These are things you want to see at this price point. Now, if I open that up, what we're going to find in here is our toilet. So this toilet, if I give it a tap, solid toilet. It's by Thetford. There's a toilet roll holder, a radiator there off the Alde hot water system. What I'd say is there is a window in here, and it's not frosted. They have put a blind in, as you can see. It's the plastic blind. So the only thing with this is, if you're going to use the loo, you're going to spend a lot of time with that blind closed. I would either rather have a frosted window or no window at all, but that is just something to be aware of. What I do like again though is we've got the wood and then this cream gloss finish and plenty of lighting in there. So a nice little separate toilet, separate from your shower space. Now back over here on the near side, we find a separate sink. So a good size sink, square sink, the tap, obviously hot and cold water, and then this finish on here. There is a plug socket if you wanted to dry your hair or whatever you wanted to do in here. This is a soap dispenser. Then we have toothbrush holders, or you can use them to do whatever you choose to do. I'll open these little cabinets. So it's like a Hollywood style mirror with the lights. Open this up, and this is where you're going to keep your toiletries. What I like is they've got this little strap, so this cabinet isn't going to go too far and hit the side there or cause any damage. So a little strap there just to stop it from going too far. These bars stopping anything from moving when you've been on your travels. I'll close that up again. And then coming down, so as we make our way down, there's now actually a bank of drawers under here. So we can see several drawers. I don't need to go through all of them, but there we go. I'll close those up. And then we'll make our way this way, moving round, over to here. Now, this is nice. It's a proper little boudoir feel. We've got a huge wardrobe space. So plenty of space. You can see under there, rails to put all your stuff on, so proper wardrobe space. 8.6 metres long, this motorhome, so it is nice. This additional length does give you so much more room and space, so you can see in here the room that you've got. There is as well, when you want to come from that space into this space, a privacy screen here, so you can slide this across. You can see the runner along there, so you're going to separate that for when you are using this centre washroom. So it's almost as if you've got three parts to this motorhome: the front, the centre, and then this rear. There is another sliding privacy screen here. If you want to come up here, I can show you how that works. It's got a little black pull mechanism, so I'll just demonstrate that. So when you want to use it, that clock clicks in there, you pull this and you slide, and there's a screen on each side, and that's going to separate that space again there. Nice. I'll just put that back. Ah, lovely. So there we go. Right, let's do the bedroom, and I'll talk about that in a minute. Now, this is an interesting bedroom space. Now, longitudinal beds. This motorhome, as far as I'm aware, is available with an island bed if you prefer an island bed. This is longitudinal. Some people call them twin beds. You can call them what you want when you buy your motorhome. What I like is they do sit up. You can see this feature here, so you can sit up and relax nicely. In terms of length, the maximum length, both of these beds, they're 200 centimetres long, which is still a long bed, so up to 200 centimetres, and they're 85 centimetres in width, so a good size. What I'll do is, if I just move this cushion, you can just see at the back, you've got that cream sort of headboard style, and then a little mirrored finish. Underneath, there's USB chargers, the light switches, and then these cabinets. Let's lift that up. So, cabinet on either side. What I do like as well is when you're charging your gadgets here, you can put them on these little shelves, so there's somewhere to put them as well on a night time. And then there's also these other little cabinets here, and we do get the sunroof above. And what's unusual is this sort of cream gloss is even in the ceiling as well. So it's not just a basic wall, it's got this beautiful finish. It really does feel real proper luxury back here. Now, it might be that you don't particularly like the longitudinal beds like this. You want a bit more bed. And as you can see, there is already, if I just move this across, there's already a cushion here. Now, there's a further cushion that can go here, and I'll just show you what you can do. This is quite a different setup on Carthago. So many of them you'll have seen me pull out from here, but that's not how this operates. What this does is here, there's a little clasp here. If you push the clasp down and take hold of the handle, this whole section is actually going to slide forward like that. And then you'll put your additional cushion there. And instead of having to have a little ladder that you put on, you just then climb up your staircase. So that is very, very different. And I really like that. It's so easy to use. You do as well get some storage within these two steps. I mean, there's so much storage, whether you'd ever use them, I don't know. But, and then when it comes to putting that away, again, you just push that in, and that is very, very easy. So it's up to you if you want 2 metre longitudinal beds or make it a big double, completely up to you. Right, let's go up here next. So this, I don't know if you want to have a look from that side or this side, but this is part of the television pack here at Camper UK that's been fitted. That's a 24-inch television in there. It was 40-inch in the lounge, and it's 24 back here, so you can watch TV in bed. Jules is pulling it out fully for you, and you can see it's got the Carthago on it as well there. So television in the bedroom, and you've got the satellite system fitted, so you'll be able to watch television all over. Right, next up is storage. Now, you do have these little levers. You can lift these parts as well. I don't know whether you choose to lift them up or not, but the option's there if you just wanted to reach in. Otherwise, give that a press, pull that open, and you've got access under there. There is a little light. The cushion for the additional bed is down there. So there we go, storage under there. That's like a little wardrobe space. And then under this side, and again, this has got a little lift up if you want to lift this one. And then under there, you can see further wardrobe space as well. There we go. So what does, starting at 185, but realistically for this, £265,000 actually get you? Well, it gets you a beautiful bedroom. It gets you a beautiful washroom. It gets you satellite system, televisions, lithium, inverter, air conditioning unit, 153 litre tower fridge freezer, gets you Corion, a coffee machine, your own glasses, 40-inch telly, some nautical style dials, Macchiato Leather, dark wood. It gets you automatic transmission, it gets you 2 rear view cameras, it gets you the AirPro suspension. In fact, I don't think I told you about the AirPro suspension. So this is fitted with AirPro. It's a pneumatic suspension and shock absorbers. So it's going to soften up your ride and give you stability though. And when you're on site, you can actually use it to level to some degree on a pitch. It'll give you a couple of inches of tolerance as well. So that's fitted too. I'm just going to close this door once more because I like that little closing thing that it does for us. Hold on. Oh, didn't do it, did it? I pushed it too hard. So there we go. Wow. That is the Carthago Chic S-Plus I61XL LE here at Camper UK. If money was no object, I actually think this may well be the motorhome that would be very, very much near the top of my list right now. It's really quite impressive. It's something else altogether. Yeah, I'll leave the link down here to it. I'll leave the link to Camper UK down there as well. Let me know what you think. I'm sure I know what a lot of you do think about that price, but let me know what you think about that motorhome, regardless of whether it would be in your price bracket or not. I'd be interested to hear your feedback as well on it. So there we go. Thank you to Camper UK who've let me come and do a review of this. That is appreciated. So as always, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.